Hola clase, hoy vamos a hacer verbs like gustar. Y gracias a Dios, no es nuevo. This is not something new. It's something we've done in previous chapters. You learned about the use of the verb gustar, which has a unique pattern. Por ejemplo, en español, me gusta la pizza would translate to I like pizza. But if I actually translated it how Spanish says it, me gusta la pizza translates to pizza pleases me, but we translate it to I like pizza because that is how we speak. So pizza pleases me. It changes what the subject is of the sentence. So that's why you say me gusta or me gustan. It actually has to do with whether the object you like is singular or whether the object you like is plural. So if I've already lost you, don't worry. I'm really going to break it down in some ejemplos for you. But first, if you look at this chart, me gusta, me gustan. Te gusta, te gustan. Le gusta, le gustan, etc. It's going to be same with the verbs that we learned today. So importar would be me gusta or me importa, me importan. Te importa, te importan. And so all the verbs we do today will have the same pattern. So vamos a practicar porque es más fácil cuando estamos practicando, en mi opinión. It's easier when we are practicing. So one of the first things we're doing is you're going to find the pronoun that agrees with a mí. So a mí me. So you're really used to hearing me gusta. The full sentence would be a mí me gusta la pizza, but oftentimes when you're speaking Spanish, a mí is left out. But for the sake of understanding what subject pronoun we're using, I'm going to have it inserted here. So a mí me. The next thing we need to focus on is what I like. So what I like is este jarabe or el jarabe. Well, is jarabe in the sentence singular or plural? It's singular, so we're going to use gusta. So the whole sentence together would be a mí me gusta este jarabe. I like this cough syrup. So again, you'd probably hear someone just say me gusta este jarabe or me gusta el jarabe. You're not going to hear them say a mí, but for the sake of understanding what subject pronoun we're using, I'm using it, okay? So, un otro ejemplo, a ellos. So, what pronoun is going to go with a ellos? Me, te, le, nos, os, or les. Recuerda que ellos es plural y en la tercera persona. So, it's third person plural. That's right, les. Las inyecciones. Is that singular or plural? That's plural. So if we put the whole thing together, a ellos no le gustan las inyecciones. Injections is plural, so it's gustan. Ellos is third person singular, so you use les. For a full sentence, you would say a ellos no les gustan las inyecciones. So, the verb conjugated in the third person singular or plural to agree with the things like or like. The person or persons who like those things are expressed with the corresponding indirect pronouns. So, I just want you to pay attention to les or lay. The reason that I have a ellos or a ellas, or sometimes it might say a Maria or a Jose, is because lay is ambiguous. Lay could mean him, it could mean her, it could mean you, formal, it can mean they if you're using les. And so to clarify, you do a ellos. A ellos no le gustan las inyecciones. They don't like the injections. Okay, so hay más ejemplos aquí. So these are the ones that follow the same pattern. Aburrir is to bore. Doler is to hurt. Encantar is to love. Fascinar is to fascinate. Interesar is to interest. Importar is to matter or to be important to. Molestar is to bother. Preocupar, to worry. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you some sentences just so we can practice listening. And actually for the first one, I didn't fill in the blank with the last part, so we can fill in with whatever class we think. Okay, so aburrir is to bore. Un ejemplo, me aburre la clase de química. Me aburre la clase de química. Me aburre la clase de química. So, chemistry bores me. Chemistry class bores me. So, química is the only word that I forgot on here. So that's Q-U-I-M-I-C-A. Me aburre la clase de química. ¿Qué clase te aburre? What class bores you? Espero que la clase de español no les aburran. So I just used the subjunctive with aburrir. I said, I hope that Spanish class does not bore you. Doler, to hurt. A Maria le duele la oreja. A Maria le duele la oreja. A Maria le duele la oreja. Maria's ear hurts. So anytime you want to say something hurts, so the sentence would translate to the ear causes Maria pain. So whatever hurts you, this is how they say it. Whether you have a headache, I have an ache of the ear. I have an ache of the arm. So a Maria le duele la cabeza. A Maria le duele la pierna. So whatever's hurting you, that's how you have to express it. Me duele. Me duele mi cabeza. Me duele la cabeza. Okay, encantar is to love. A los estudiantes les encantan las fiestas. A los estudiantes les encantan las fiestas. A los estudiantes les encantan las fiestas. The students love parties. So now the students love parties. Parties is plural, so you would use encantan. A los estudiantes, now because we know we're talking about students, I could say les encantan las fiestas. Fascinar, to fascinate. Nos fascina la cultura chilena. 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 Chilean culture fascinates us. Chilean culture fascinates us. Interesar. Me interesan lenguajes extranjeras. Me interesan lenguajes extranjeras. Me interesan lenguajes extranjeras. Foreign languages interest me. Foreign languages interest me. Importar, to matter. A ti te importan los amigos. 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 Friends matter to you. Friends matter to you. Or friends are important to you. Molestar, to bother. A José le molestan sus hermanos. A José le molestan sus hermanos. José's brothers bother him. The brothers of José bother him. Preocupar. A los estudiantes les preocupan los exámenes. 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 Exams worry the students. Exams worry the students. Okay, so vamos a continuar. The phrase a, which you've seen a couple times now in my examples, is used for emphasis with other pronouns, which are never ambiguous. The preposition a is always necessary when the person who likes is expressed with a name or noun phrase. A Roberto le gusta. A los estudiantes de español les interesa. So again, this is what I was saying. in the third person, le is ambiguous. So le can mean him, her, you formal. And so in this context, you have to clarify. So a mi abuelo, I also referenced that a is called the personal a in Spanish, and it doesn't exist in English. And so it's just a concept that we just have to understand or accept, not so much understand because it doesn't exist in our language. So just understanding when to use it is, important. So a mi abuelo. So what pronoun would we use with a mi abuelo? It's third person singular. Le, exacto. Doler. When you conjugate doler in the third person, it's going to be duele or duelen. So a mi abuelo, doler la cabeza. Is la cabeza singular or plural? Es singular. Entonces, a mi abuelo le duele la cabeza. My grandpa has a headache. So vamos a hacer tres translaciones. So Isabel loves meditating on the beach. Having a healthy lifestyle is important to the students in the yoga class. My parents are not interested in the problems of technology. So I love doing translations because I think it really helps you see where you're struggling to find words or put sentences together. So just do your best. I'll give you guys unos minutos para hacer y después vamos a repasar juntos. So I'll give you a couple of minutes to review. So just remember, I know the one that you're going to have a hard time with is the second one. So having a healthy lifestyle is important to the students in the yoga class. So just know that you'll have to start the sentence by like the students in the yoga class. Remember how they say it backwards, So I don't know if I'm being helpful or less helpful, but good luck. And then I will tell you las respuestas en unos minutos. ¿Cómo va? How's it going? ¿Cómo va? Isabel loves meditating on the beach. A Isabel le encanta hacer meditación en la playa. También puede decir a Isabel le encanta, no, hacer meditación is how you would say to meditate. So hacer meditación en la playa. Having a healthy lifestyle is important to the students in the yoga class. A los estudiantes de la clase de yoga les importa. A los estudiantes de la clase de yoga les importa llevar una vida saludable. So you also could have said les importa una vida saludable. They added the word in llevar. So llevar means to carry. Like yo llevo mis llaves, I carry my keys. I also can say llevo bien con mis estudiantes. I carry on well with my students. Me llevo bien. Yo quiero mi comida a llevar. I want my food to go, to carry. So just note that llevar means a lot of things. And so this is an otro ejemplo. A los estudiantes de la clase de yoga les importa llevar. It's important to carry or maintain una vida saludable. Okay. My parents aren't interested in the problems of technology. A mis padres no les interesan los problemas de la tecnología. A mis padres no les interesan los problemas de tecnología. ¿Cómo va? How'd it go? How's it going? I always say it's going to be fácil, and then as we get into it, I realize how layered and complicado it is. So when I say it's easy, I don't necessarily mean that. It's not easy. Es difícil. It's hard. It's layered. But maybe it's easier than what we've been working on. So don't feel bad if me saying it's easy strikes fear in you, because it is a complicated topic. And if you're really struggling, I'm happy to do any one-on-one, so please reach out. So vamos a practicar un poquito más. A ti fascinar las alpacas. So what pronoun is going to go with a ti? Te. Las alpacas es plural, and so you would use fascinan. Okay, sorry, I had someone come to my door and then chaos broke out, but that's okay, here we are. So a ti, te fascinan las alpacas. And so that would be plural because there's more than one alpaca. Alpacas fascinate you. Okay, las alpacas vienen de los Andes. Alpacas come from the Andes Mountains. So you can find them en Ecuador, en Peru, y diferentes partes de los Andes. Andinos. Alpacas son albinos. Okay. A ella. What pronoun would go with a ella? Le. Exacto. Correr. Singular. Encanta. A ella le encanta correr. She likes to run. A mí. Ay, don't pay attention to that one. A mí me importa la salud. A mí me importa la salud. A mí me importa la salud. La salud is singular. A mí me importa la salud. But again, I would probably say me importa la salud. Health matters to me. A mí, mi hermano, es singular y tercera persona. A mí me molesta mi hermano. A mí me molesta mi hermano. My brother bothers me. So vamos a hacer translaciones. We're going to do some translations. I like that my doctor explains everything to me in detail. It worries us that our friends have lots of stress. Oh, it worries us that our friend has lots of stress. And does it bother you that your sister does not have ambition? So go ahead and take a couple minutes and do las translaciones. Y después vamos a hacer juntos. And again, just do the best you can. This is a part of the proceso of learning, is trying to do your translation and then see how it should be said. And also, again, there's always going to be minor variations depending on how you speak. And so all of ours might not be exactly the same, but they'll look pretty similar. So I like that my doctor explains everything to me in detail. So just remember, gustar and similar verbs can, as with the verbs of volition and emotion, trigger the subjunctive. As you learned in previous sections on subjunctive, the verb in the dependent clause is conjugated in the present indicative and is connected to the dependent clause with K. The verb in the dependent clause has a different subject and is conjugated in the subjunctive. And so I'll show you the examples for that in a second. But let's do those translations on the top first. Okay, so I like that my doctor explains everything to me. Me gusta que mi médica me explique todo con mucho detalle. Me gusta que mi médica me explique todo con mucho detalle. Oh, yes, these are the ones. Okay, so this does... If you notice, me gusta que, I'd like that. Me gusta que, that triggers the subjunctive. Mi médica me explique. Explicar would be your verb here. So the opposite of that would be, well, it's a CIR verb, so it's going to change to QU. So me explique todo con mucho detalle. Okay, it worries us that our friend has lots of stress. So preocupar would be the verb that you're going to use. It worries us, nos preocupa que nuestro amigo tenga mucho estrés. Nos preocupa que nuestro amigo tenga mucho estrés. So because of the que, right, me gusta que, nos preocupa que, that is triggering the subjunctive when you add that K, the connector of the clauses, the dependent clause. So does it bother you that your sister does not have ambition? Molestar is going to be your verb. Te molesta que tu hermana no tenga ambición? Okay, so this was an ejemplo, these last three that you had here, where the subjunctive is triggered because of the phrase me gusta que, nos preocupa que. So as you learned in previous sections on the subjunctive, the verb is in the dependent clause. So the subjunctive always comes after the que. So ustedes tienen tarea. You have some homework using el verbo gustar and other verbos. Si ustedes, espero que ustedes entiendan bien, pero mándame un email si hay problemas o quiere hacer una lección solo. I'm happy to do some solo lessons if you need a little bit more tutoring to explain it. So reach out to me. Now's the time to reach out, not in a couple weeks from now. Right now is the time, so I'll be happy to hear from you and help you. So espero que ustedes tengan buen día y buena suerte con todo. Nos vemos pronto. Chao.